Before I start work on the plot today, I'm going to harvest some veg for our Sunday lunch. It's a glorious day today, not a cloud in the sky, but tomorrow we've got a full day of rain forecast. Most welcome, but as usual it's bank holiday. This is where I keep my parsnips. Now the weather's starting to warm up, I'll be moving these into the shed where it's a bit cooler. You can see already they've started sprouting up here because it's probably a bit too warm for them actually, but a few little ones here. During the last couple of days we've had some fantastic rain, so much so it's soaked well into the soil, and that was desperate for it. Today's not been too bad. We've had a little bit of rain, but in between there some dry spells. I've popped out and had a look at a few little jobs that I can be doing as well. One of them is this bed here, which was originally the asparagus bed. There's still a few stalks left of the sunflowers I've grown and old dahlia stalks. But it was while I was cleaning up, I had a little surprise. I saw an asparagus stalk. A spear was sticking up. And I looked a bit farther. I saw another 2, then another 3. Nothing to write home about, but there's enough there for a meal. So I'm just going to harvest them now. I'm going to have them with a nice piece of salmon and a poached egg. So that's what we got so far. Closer inspection, there's a few more spears, probably about another half a dozen sticking up. They're only about a couple of 3 inches high yet, so I'm going to leave them for another couple of days. And then I'll make another meal, probably at the end of the week. Hello folks, I'll just give you a little update what's been happening in the last few days. We've had some really heavy showers and it's done the garden a world of good, but at the same time it's prevented me from getting some jobs that I wanted to do. I've done a few other jobs as well, but rather than keep repeating myself, I'll just let you know what they've done. There is videos to show in detail if you'd like to see, popping up in the corner. These are another 2 tanks that I've sown with the sweet candle carrots. And down in the allotment greenhouse, I've done another 2 gutters of peas. We're into our second week of May now and fast approaching our frost date end. So next week I'm going to take the plunge and start planting out. On the list to go out are the brassicas, possibly the onions as well. I've got some salad stuff that desperately needs to go out. It's getting root bound in these cell trays. And of course I want to get the bean bed done as well. One of the jobs that I'm glad to see the back of is shifting this cow manure. There's 2 beds done as you can see, and there's still a little bit left here. That's done deliberately because I'm going to use part of that to fill the bean trench once I've built it, and whatever's remaining will go on top of these beds here, which are going to house the potato containers. One thing I never managed to get done is this bed here was where the parsnips are destined to go, and I put some black plastic down there with the manure on top, so there's no or little nutrients gone into the soil, which is good. But this one here was actually, the manure was directly on the soil, and as I've scraped it off there's still a little bit left on the top. Before the rains came my aim was to dig that in, but I never got round to it in time because that's where the tomatoes are going to go, and I'm sure they'll love it in there. I had a few runner beans left over, so I decided to cheat them. I completely forgot about them. But I'm really glad I did, because the beans sown directly into the soil have been a bit sporadic in germinating. So I'm going to take advantage of these, pot them up in some deep pots, and within a few days they should be showing. potted tin up there. There's one or two heads poking up already, but I'm sure the others will follow suit very soon. Just like quite a lot of other gardeners now, the focus will be turning to planting stuff out. But if you're a fan of successional sowing, don't let that slip the net. And I've just prepared 4 seed trays here. I've got some oak leaf smile, the green lettuce, Lolo Rosso, the red, my favourite spring onions, the ramrod, and some beetroot, bolt hardy. I mentioned a few clips ago that I'd missed a window of opportunity to turn this over, and it had got the rain had come in. Well, today's been quite dry, although it's been strong wind. It's dried it out nicely. So now I'm just going to lightly turn the top over on the first 4 or 5 inches, just to turn the manure in, and say I think the tomatoes will benefit from this. Perfect timing or what? Turned the last clod over and then the rain came. During the last week or so I've been putting the plants out during the daytime to harden them off, and since we've had the rain showers it's most noticeable how they've grown, spurted growth. Nothing that you could achieve by just watering with tap water. These here are the African marigold called crackerjack. I've got 3 tubs here of dahlias. These are the ones that have been grown from seed. They're coming on nicely, thickening up. In the next tub across here we've got these are the cosmos, and some flower buds there appearing. There's actually flower there. And on here there's a few more African marigolds, and of course some more dahlias. Inside my greenhouse I've got some peppers there, a bit spindly but they'll be okay. On the back we've got the broad beans and French beans ready to go out. These are my sunflowers, part of the Sunflower Challenge 2021, and there are some sweet peas. I'll just spin you around into the propagator. This is the celery, just put my hand behind, give you an idea. That's thickened up nicely, that is. More tomatoes here. These Crimson Crush. Got side shoots on, they need taking out. And I don't know if you can see behind them there are some cucumbers. Have actually got fruits on, so these are desperate to go out. As soon as I get the greenhouse sorted on the allotment, they'll be moving in. Well, we've got another break in the rain, folks, so I'm going to take advantage of what I can. We've got these 24 containers of the second early potato Charlotte's done. I've still got my sarpos to do, and there's going to be 12 of these. Once all these are planted, I'm going to move them into the final positions up on the top bed, and then we can start planting out. We'll be seeing that in the next video. So until then, stay safe all the best. Bye for now.